Hello, I'm Diana with the Adoptee Affirmation Club, and I'm doing a 5-part series on the law of attraction and adoption trauma. This is part 2. So today we're going to be talking about contrast and how contrast is an important part of our human experience and how the law of attraction works with contrast that we experience within our human daily life. And it all stems from the way that we enter into this life and into this world. That's what begins our contrast. So when we are in utero, when we are in the womb, that's when our contrast begins, when we are beginning life. And as adoptees, we know what contrast we begin to experience in that very beginning stages. And maybe for those of us that are adopted at birth, that begins in the womb. For those that are adopted in early childhood, it may be part of the epigenetics that we carry in our bodies. But that contrast is important. And that sets the stage for how the law of attraction begins to work in our life. So on the last video, I talked a bit about how focus plus energy equals reality. This is the formula that the law of attraction works with. So wherever we put our focus and whatever energy we are feeling and experiencing about what we're focused on, that creates our reality, whether we intentionally do it or not. And this is where many people, they don't understand that the law of attraction works whether we are intentional or not. And unfortunately, most people are really not as intentional about their life or their energy as they think they are. So contrast, as I explained in the beginning, it sets the stage for what is reflected back to us in our life experience. So if we are adoptees and we are experiencing in our very early life challenges around how we feel about ourselves, how we're treated, the environment that we grow up in, the epigenetics that we carry with us in our DNA, all of these pieces come together in a way that creates the magnet, as I talked about last week, in how we attract people, circumstances, events, and experiences into our life, even from a very early age. So for many of us adoptees, we can trace back and look at how we started life from a challenging position. And now we are at a place, some of us might be in our young adult, in midlife, towards later midlife, wherever you are on your life journey, you're beginning to explore and understand, why is this happening? Why have I lived my life like this? And it's because of the law of attraction and how it works with the contrast that we experience from early childhood forward. Now, many people want to judge what this life experience is. They want to look at it as bad versus good, as difficult versus easy. They want to address it within the human scope, which is very natural and normal, and how we experience in our human form this journey of adoption. So part of moving into a new paradigm and creating a new structure for the law of attraction to work with, we have to start letting go of judging our adoption experience. So just as we don't judge the lion for eating the gazelle, that's nature, that's what it is. We're not judging the law of attraction for bringing us the things that we are experiencing. And we're not judging ourselves for the energy that we're putting out that are drawing those experiences to us. So judgment is something that we as humans have created as a way of helping us discern through the contrast that we're experiencing what we want and what we don't want. And I'll bet that you're at a place where you really know what you want and you really, really know what you don't want. So we're going to start moving to a place where we're going to be more neutral about how we look at our life experience and the things that we have had up until this point. And starting today, because today is all we have, we can make a different choice and we can let go of the judgment. We can reduce the judgment on all the different parts and just accept that where we are is where we are. And this moment, we are experiencing contrast. And we're experiencing contrast based on our past. And now we are where we are. That is what it is. It's time to make a new choice. We can continue to focus on the contrast that our adoption created, that it created this suppressed growth pattern within us. This pattern where the seeds that were planted early on have not really grown the way you want them to. Perhaps it feels like you're in a field full of weeds. You're in a field full of prickles and things that you don't want in your life. And this is just what it is. And when we remove the judgment from ourselves, from our circumstances, and from the law of attraction, we can begin to look at life through a new lens. And this is the lens asking you, what do you want to grow? What is it that you want to create in your own life? Because adoption is truly just a part of our experience. It is not the whole of who we are. This flesh, blood, and bone that we have is only a part of who we are as a whole being. And part of the journey of the Adoptee Affirmation Club is that we help you to find that inner part of you and create a relationship and strength and power from within so that you can grow the life that you choose, because you deserve that. You're worthy of that. And it's time for you to make the choice to look at life from a new perspective. And this is what we offer. Our services are for free. The Affirmation Club is free to join, and you can learn more about the law of attraction. So on the next video, we are going to talk about how our emotions are the guidance for moving through contrast and moving in harmony with the law of attraction. So I will see you on the next video. Come check us out at the Adoptee Affirmation Club. That's movingbeyondadoption.com. And see you soon. Keep shining bright.